Um, apparently, ESPN loves the fact that we live.
Apparently.
I mean, as soon as I did it, it just popped up like everything was cool.
It's
So
like it's like breaking news. First and
I know,
Framerates just went live. Let's go.
right? Right.
Got your NHL news, got your NBA playoff action right there on First and Framerates.
That's crazy how the thing went off as soon as I did that. But nevertheless, this is going to be 171, episode of 171, the First and Frame Rates podcast. Myself, TF Baller, you got DJ 81, Bills, fourth. We are here. We got a lot of stuff that we're going to break down, a lot of things we're going to talk about. First and foremost, if you haven't already, just take the time to download the podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud. We're also on Google Play. So if you don't check out us live, or you're checking us out on YouTube, that's great. But you can always download the podcast so you can catch us at a different time, download it to your phone, and all that other good stuff. Today is going to be a lot of information, or a lot of opinionated information. We're going to talk about what's going on with NBA Live, possibly. I don't know if that's still going to be the name of it, but Scott OG goes back. He rejoins EA as the creative director. Also, someone else went with him. We'll talk about that. We're going to talk about Madden. Can it bounce back? Can the perception change with Madden? Because with Madden, with the all review bombing and everything, I understand that people call it review bombing, and I'm with you there, but some people had legitimate complaints, but we'll talk about that as well, and see if they can bounce back and get things to right the ship as far as a perception level. And we're going to talk about the RTX 3000 series of graphics cards. Yes, the new graphics cards came out, and it pretty much sealed the deal for me if I'm going to buy a console, especially at launch. But we'll talk about that as well. So we're going to start off with the intros. DJ, how have you been? What's been going on with you this weekend?
Man, things have been good. Been playing the games, watching the playoffs. Right now, the Islanders are playing Philly, so that's going to be interesting. That's an elimination game, so if the Islanders win, Philly's out. Fuck Philly. But anyway, so tomorrow I'm definitely going to be streaming some more PGA 2K21, and I definitely can't wait for NBA 2K21 to come out this week on PC. So let's get with these topics.
Okay, that's what's been going on with you, bro?
I've just been working on my music, playing Madden a little bit, and watching people bitch and moan about everything.
Well, that's how things are. People always find something to complain about. That's even inside and outside of gaming. I've been trying to sidestep a lot of that lately because it's like, when I think about it, I've been on YouTube for a while now. This is like my second channel because the old channel I got rid of. But I see that so much every year in and year out, and I'm trying to just stay away from it because this is really stupid. But nevertheless, we'll just say that we'll sidestep that. Anyway, as for me, still just gaming. The last few streams, or the last like I said, last few streams have been a success. Really good to know that people are watching. I encourage you guys, if you haven't already, go over there to DJ's Twitch. Also go to his YouTube channel. He may put up content over there as well. Go over there and give him a follow, give him a sub, because he's putting out content just as much as I am, if not more. Also with Bills, same thing, especially when his 2K21 is coming out. He's going to be putting out some content whenever the time that he has. So like I said, I think us in general, when it comes to First and Frame Rates, we are about putting out content. We want to put out stuff that you guys can watch us game and enjoy and just have a good time. Like Bill said, people still bitching and moaning and complaining about things. That's cool for like 3 seconds. But after a while, it just, we're really just trying to enjoy ourselves and have a good conversation about video games. And let's start up with that because we possibly going to have some pretty decent competition when it comes to basketball games now. Scott OG goes back to EA Sports. At this time, he's the creative director. He took along, who was that, DJ? Rob Jones?
Rob Jones, yeah.
Which was the senior producer at 2K. So they're starting off with some pretty heavy hitters and some pretty good talent to start off. If y'all don't know, Scott OG had some work put in with NBA Live 14. A lot of people, they look down on Live 14, but it had a lot of very good concepts in that game, which they're now just putting back in Live today as far as the bounce passing and bank shots. I don't even think the bank shot is back in Live 19, but nevertheless, I'm pretty sure it's going to be back.
No, it's back. It was back in there last I played.
I can't even remember if it's on Live 19.
Mm-hmm.
Nevertheless, he also had to put a little bit of work in Live 15, which I think is possibly the best live this generation. So I still love that game to this day. So with him and Rob Jones over there, I think it's going to be a pretty good combination. Live 22 is looking promising. DJ, did they say? I think they said Rob Jones was at EA for a few months now already, right?
Yeah, about 3 months. He was already there, and just now changed his profile to fit accordingly. Same with OG, just changing his profile. He needs to change his. He needs to wait a minute, hold on, but he needs to change his LinkedIn profile because that was kind of left open for quite some time. I'd always check my people on LinkedIn, so yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that's the thing is like when you looking at Rob Jones being there for 3 months, I mean Scott OG probably been there at the same time, so they're probably been working on something for possibly Live 22, and now you possibly can get a feel for why Live 20 didn't come out and why there's no Live 21. It could be a situation where they're literally building the game from the ground up. I was thinking about putting some Live 19 on and watching it and thinking that, okay, is this what they're working with? I don't think they're working with what's left of Live that we know it. I mean, it's going to be on a new console. You got two new guys coming in. I think it's going to be a game from the ground up, and that's really exciting to hear about. Now, I'm going to ask Bills about it because my thing is, well, what the suits are going to do. How much are they going to curtail things? Because EA is good at that. So I want your thoughts, and I want to know about that aspect as well, Bills.
Well, first I'll congratulate Scott OG on his new adventure, whatever it is. I'm not gonna speculate too much about it. I mean, it says creative director, but we don't know. I mean, so anything can happen when he's there. I'm not gonna have any expectations for this. Just glad that he's obviously doing what's gonna make him happy. Obviously, because that's the type of decisions that he makes, and that's really all I have. I don't really have much else to talk about as far as that's concerned.
So how you feel about the suits? Do you think they're going to still try to have some overhead where knowing that this game is being built from the ground, they're way behind when it comes to basketball competition? Do you think the suits are going to let OG do what he needs to do for at least a couple of years?
I mean, we don't know. I mean, that's my thing with the creative process is always the overhead comes in, tries to stick their nose where it doesn't belong. There's a reason why you hire people in those positions that are going to create the best game and the best product possible. But that never turns out to be the case. They'll probably give them enough to compete for a year or two, and then that'll end up just falling by the wayside, I think. So I mean,
Did your voice just get deeper, bro?
Yeah, your voice is. Okay, what happened was while you were speaking, you cut out for like a quick second, and then your voice changed, like you went through puberty in just 2 seconds.
No, I was saying, can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, I can still hear you, but you still sound like you. It sounds like you got a deeper voice. Wow. Hey, just keep it, bro. Keep it.
No. It's not you. It's not on your end. It's I think it's StreamYard because I think this was happening with before they canceled their version of the podcast AGS. It was happening with Melon Matt where his voice was deeper than. Yeah, so I don't know.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But the fact is, okay, it sounds like it's back to normal.
Yeah, that's just weird. But I mean, as far as
you were talking about, but you were talking about, but in particular, you were talking about, you don't know what could happen, the specifics of, his.
So, I'll give you a music example.
Oh, it's still the same.
Just keep it.
Really?
Yeah, just keep it. Yeah, it's like you sound slow. It's like you got a deeper voice.
No,
Bill's chopped and
it's
screwed.
lagging on this side too, but obviously I can't hear myself, so I don't know what.
Right. It's gonna be great for when it goes live on the podcast. It's gonna be great on iTunes.
I'm about to drop out.
No, man,
back,
no.
Fuck that. Y'all about to make me sound like fucking New Edition or some shit.
Yo, where's Big Zay? Where's Big Zay Mac when we need him?
I know, right?
we need the chopped and screwed version of Bill's.
Aaron fucking Lee. What was I saying? So with the creative process, there are a lot of times that overhead doesn't know what they're talking about creatively. And they bring in people who do know what they're talking about creatively. However, they don't give them the time and the resources to actually, I'll say, live out exactly what they're trying to do. And that's going to be the issue with EA, I think, because it always is. So,
okay, I had to hide for a second because I couldn't.
No, I mean,
contain.
Bro, no, but I get what you're saying though, because like the problem with he left. But the thing about it is, and Scott OG just came in the chat. I appreciate that. Hey, congratulations on moving over to EA as the creative director. I'm gonna be honest with you, we're really excited to see what you're gonna put out there. And my camera goes down.
Now
you see that my camera goes down? There it is.
It's like Bill's goes through puberty. Your video goes out.
Yo, I know, right?
Am I next?
Hold
up. Okay,
nah, my video's bag. I don't know what's going on. It's crazy.
Oh.
But see, his video, my video goes down.
Survivor in this bitch.
It's like my video goes down when he comes back in. You saw that, right? It's weird.
Well, what happened? Pooh? Is he botting the podcast tonight? You know, is he mad because Philly's down 1-0 in the second period to the Islanders, led by Barry Trotz, who was responsible for this? So,
but congratulations. Like we were just talking about it. I know you can't say much, and I don't expect them to in the chat or whatever. My thing is, our main concern is, and this is something that we had a concern with Madden, and I know our main thing is we don't want, like, I just put it like this: we want you to be able to create the best game possible with not much overhead as far as telling you what's important and what's not. We want basketball to be the importance. So hopefully you'll be able to deliver that within the next few installments, well, the upcoming installments of NBA Live or whatever basketball game is going to be called. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's still going to be called Live. I'm not sure. I have my reserved opinions about why Live, the name of Live, has problems, but I think with you and Rob Jones over there, I think you guys are going to be putting out a pretty solid product, and that's going to be great to know. And it gives me some assurance because even with the other game, I like the other game, but I always want to have competition. And now what me and DJ was talking about on Twitter, now we kind of understand why you were asking those questions last time you was here. And I'm gonna let you know we really want that to be the case, what we said. So hopefully that works out.
Okay, so my piece in. First of all, Scott OG, congratulations. We talked earlier through the DM, so you already got my spiel as far as that's concerned. And yeah, my lone question was going to be about overhead as well, because I remember you guys mentioned it before when y'all first came to 2K that was what the feeling was when you left EA, was the fact that it felt a little restrictive, and being over it with 2K, it felt a little bit more free, like they gave you guys room. So hopefully going back to EA, with the fact that they need this game to come back, they need a whole lot to happen. So
I remember that.
He's right. I remember me personally.
Yeah, he did
talking about. Yeah, but I thought he was talking about what's coming for 2K. Honestly, we had no idea.
It's funny because when he said it, it just left at that. I looked at it, was like, what's he talking about? And then there was no other. So yeah, I'm like, but OG, as far as your LinkedIn, no, that was a clue that was staring me right in my face. And I I kept looking at it. I was just like, why hasn't he updated his link? This was about 2, 3, maybe a month ago. I looked at it because I look at people's LinkedIn when it comes to this gaming because it helped me out with Damon Grow. It helped me out with the dude that was the creative director for Madden for like 2 months before they fired him. So them doing my due diligence, I'm like, this clue was staring me right in my face for a whole month. Never completed it.
No, that's crazy. But I mean, yeah, like I said, it's all great on my end because my thing is, I grew up on having multiple games to play, and I would never wanted to see like 2K or whatever just not have a game. I mean, not 2K, but EA not have a game to have competition and in the realm. So it's a good thing that it's there, and hopefully
But you know what this means, though.
What's that?
On one side, you have Scott OG and Rob Jones, and on the other side, you got Mike Wang and the Czar. This matchup is going to be epic.
That's gonna be pretty cool. That's gonna be pretty cool.
It's going to be. I'm like, whatever happens is going to happen. Like I told Scott OG in the DMs, it's just like right now, I'm like, we can speculate, but then at the same time, we have no choice but to sit back and watch and let everything unfold naturally. So Bills is right. We don't know what's going to happen, really. So, yeah. Again, congratulations, and let the war games begin.
Yeah, if we're doing a versus, give me EA side at this point. and that's easily. That's easily. So
okay. Yeah, I mean, I've always been a fan of Scott O'Gallagher. This is like not, I always knew of his name, and I remember this is go back to even the time when me and Ryan Moody was talking. Me and Ryan Moody was telling me things about Scott OG about like, I don't know if there's confirmation because I'll just take Ryan Moody's word for it. Scott OG wanted Ryan Moody to come down to EA Sports way before like, Sim and Smitty and them was going. He vouched for him way back then. So I kind of knew that he wanted he had the ear of people in our community way before then. So that's a good thing. So in noticing the questions that he asked us and the things that he was saying, it seems like he has he's grounded into the people who actually want to play the sport, and he's a big proponent of balance. And looking at what he's done in these games so far, like I have no doubt that it's going to be a pretty quality product.
I have one request to Scott OG. If you're not listening to any music right now, I'm kind of listening to the Last Dance soundtrack right now. I would recommend you take a listen. It's a throwback, but I'm jamming to it right now, and yeah, it's popping in my right ear right now.
I think at the end of the day, I think we're going to just continue to monitor, and I'm glad that you're here to listen to us, because we're always going to continue to give feedback on what we want in a video game. Because at the end of the day, especially in the sports game, I just wanted to replicate the sport. I wanted it to be fun. I don't want it to be overly sim to the point where you have to do like way too many controls, do things. That's one thing that I had a problem with, and hopefully that it'll be a little more simplistic when it comes to that. But I wanted to play out the correct way. So hopefully, that and the balance that you want and replication, I hope that will be to the forefront with the next game that you decide to put out for us. Anything else you got on Bills?
No, I mean, we'll see what happens.
He says he's on Nas and album right there. That's a good
he
album
on that.
Too.
King's Disease. Oh yeah,
King's Disease is a good album. Yeah,
but it's funny, even though it's kind of like the mainstream song, Ultra Black. Yeah, I was definitely feeling that track. Oh, that rhyme. Damn. Bars. It's like
so what you got to say, DJ, as far as what you think that's going to come about this whole thing with him developing the next few games, or I don't know how long it's going to be there. What you think, DJ?
Well, without knowing the answer to the first question, which is how much overhead's gonna either, involve themselves or pull back, or even a supplementary question would be how much resources are they going to provide him to do what he needs to do. So it's just like that. If he doesn't have that support, it's not much he's going to be able to do. It'd be like Madden situation all over again, because you're talking about it is EA Tiburon as the individual studio that made the past live games. So it's just like, yeah, if they're kind of not giving Clint, no matter how anybody feels about him, if they're not giving him the resources, they're not giving him the support, there's not much he's going to be able to do. So hopefully with Scott OG, they understand what they have with him and Rob Jones and say, hey, we have all this money, because there's no doubt they have a ton of money. And Scott, I know you got paid. I know you got paid.
This is my thing, though. This is my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Rob Jones and OG have a track record.
Yeah.
Yes.
Clint Oldenburg and everybody at Madden doesn't. So they don't get that long leash. We've seen Rob Jones with 2K7 in the second year of Xbox 360. We've seen Scott OG on Live 14. We've seen him on 2K since. All we've seen from EA is excuses. Oh, well, if they let us. Well, we haven't seen you before that.
We're going to play a little speculation game with this in a second, but keep going.
No, it's just I'm just with Madden, like I just with Scott OG and Rob Jones, I wouldn't even compare them to the Madden guys, because like they haven't been giving us excuses. They've been giving us results.
Oh,
and Madden. No, I'm not like just coming at you. Like I'm just saying.
I know you're not. I know you're not.
I'm just saying in general, it's just, Scott OG and Rob Jones have things on the disc that show you when they have the resources that they can put out one of the best sim games ever on a year-to-year basis. But, I mean, who's saying that about EA? I mean, nobody knew what Clint Oldenburg's track record was prior. I mean, we don't have any of those guys at EA, so we can't really say, oh, we've seen you do A, B, and C. So now, as a result,
you're basically talking about this from a video game perspective, correct?
Well, just simulating the sport, because that's what we're talking about on both sides.
Right. That's what I want to make sure we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah. So I mean, that's my thing is if they go to EA and God forbid something happens where they can't do everything that's up to their abilities, we'll know, because they have the track record to follow them. With EA, it's like all these unknown dudes came in that they don't really have any track record with the sim community. So everything we've been hearing just goes in one ear out the other, because we don't have any proof that you can do the things that you say that you can do if you have the resources. So we just have to take you at your word.
Yeah, because it seemed like the only person that had that track record before even going in on Madden was Rex Dixon.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because not only Rex, he's done other games as well. So
right.
So that's a good thing. I mean, let's play a little bit of speculation, because like I said earlier, Live 20 didn't come out. Live 21 didn't come out. Now we know, we got Scott OG. Once again, he's here listening to us in the chat. We really appreciate you once again for supporting our podcast for the past, 2-3 months, possibly longer, because he said he's been here for a long time, just hasn't said anything. So that's great. But let's do a little bit. Like I said, those two games didn't come out. You basically got a new team there. Maybe some of the guys from EA still there. I'm guessing that this game is going to be built from the ground up. I don't think that we're going to get any builds from Live 14 or Live 19 that's going to be ported over to the next generation. I think we're getting a full game from the ground up for possibly Live 22, Live 23 when the next games come out. So there's a lot of potential here to have a really good basketball game. I think we can get a good, not good, but we're going to get a new experience of a basketball game. We're not going to get, because like even with 2K, you knew this entire generation kind of knew what you was getting. A lot of people was complaining about 2K1 is the same game, or whatever the case may be. You may get a new experience next generation, but I don't know how big of a generation change that will be. But I feel like this is going to be a very unique, different experience. So with that being said, I don't know what your guys' thoughts on a possible brand new game with developers that are actually, that we know that can be trusted. I mean, any one of y'all can go first. It don't matter.
Bills, you want? Okay. I'm definitely expecting something that's going to be built from the ground up. If right now they're on the planning stages of everything, they know that what they tried before on this current generation just didn't pan out the way they wanted it to. They started out with some great concepts that overall, Live 14 wasn't received well, and and from playing it, I'm like, I could see the potential that was there. It's just that after 14, 15 was like, I felt like was the crown. People may shoot me in the live community. I don't care. 15 being the crown jewel of that trend of live before going back down with 16 and then 17 not existing, and we had 18, and then I guess 19 and no 20. So they're gonna have to build from the ground up. I think that's the best direction to go. Take what you've learned from this generation, apply that, understand that you have to maintain the same core throughout the entire process going into this next gen, because I felt like with live, they started off with a core and they built it around the actual object of the sport, with the bounce tech, with the basketball being free, with the physics, the player interaction, and just building off of that for next gen. Hopefully, is the way you guys are going to go. So I anticipate that being the case, but we'll see.
What are your thoughts, Bills?
I'll be quite frank. I've played every 2K game since NBA 2K3. I've seen the transitions in years that Scott OG has come over and Rob Jones has taken charge. The innovation is leaving 2K. The innovation is leaving 2K. The leaps that 2K made in specific years were due to those two. If you look at 2K7, Rob Jones almost to the point
you love 2K7 though. I know, but no, not saying that'd be funny. He's a big fan of 2K7. Seriously,
2K7 in 1 year added signature jump shots, a huge library of animations as far as layups and all that stuff. They added all these sorts of things as far as the player motion, the passing, all that stuff was under Rob Jones's leadership. When you look at Scott OG when he came over, to me, 2K was just floating. Scott OG comes in, he adds all of these new defensive principles that make the game feel brand new. So, can anybody pinpoint any other time where there was any innovation from anybody else at 2K that you can pinpoint? Anything else?
No, you got a good point. Maybe
Czar brought his freelance sets.
Czar did a pretty good job of getting.
But he wasn't with 2K, remember? So he brought his ideas from outside 2K.
Who was responsible? 2K. Who was responsible for my league and propelling that forward? I'm like, because obviously they had the association mode the whole entire time. I know Smitty likes to throw that in every time we compare Madden's franchise mode to 2K's, but you still have to evolve a mode to be something else and be able to push the limits forward, in which 2K was able to do that versus, as you can see with Madden, they did not.
Well, Rob Jones was a senior producer, so I'm going to give him the credit.
Yep. So I agree.
So that's what I'm saying. And the thing with Czar is, like I said, he brought those ideas of freelance from outside of 2K to 2K. They had to bring somebody from outside.
Wait a minute, is Czar getting credit for Ace? NYK was like Czar brought good stuff in Ace. I thought it was a combined effort between Czar and OG Scott as far as Ace was Ace.
We already talked about that on the podcast. That's not just him.
That's mostly OG.
So once again, let's think about this. Rob Jones was a senior producer for 2K7. Scott OG came and brought all the defensive principles, as well as he's partially responsible for Ace. Czar brought freelance sets from outside of 2K, and they hired him as a result of him breaking down shit that was in 2K. So where's the in-house talent at as far as creativity? That's all I'm saying. And maybe I'm wrong because I don't work there. I'm not, but I'm just going based on what I've seen and what I've played. And I can pinpoint specific years where there was a huge jump. And I can also then look at interviews, and I can look at Rob Jones and Scott OG as the two people who were out in front of that change and that revolution. So, yeah.
No, I mean, you make a good point when you say that. So, I mean, it's going to be really interesting to see what goes on when it comes to the next installments of this game. And that's what makes me really, it does make me excited, to be honest with you. I'm excited what I'm going to see of 2K. I think it's going to be, real interesting. And I'm here for it. Like I said, we're probably going to be a part of, us as gamers, probably one of the biggest comebacks in sports history. We look at what any other sports game has gone through. I don't think anyone is going through as much as live. I mean, you look at cancellation with, Elite 11, there's no 12, no 13. Live 14 comes out, 15 is delayed, 16 was abysmal, 17 was canceled. You know what I'm saying? Then you got 18, and then you got 19, and then now all of a sudden we got two cancellations again. So if he can come back, and him and Rob Jones and the company, they get together and put something really nice together, it's probably one of the biggest comebacks that I've seen in sports gaming. And I don't think it's not even close.
Because think about this, like when you think about specific years of games, you think about innovation, because that's what's important in making your game feel brand new, is new ideas that you're bringing to your game. So everybody talks about Hit Stick. Madden 05 is one of their favorite Maddens because that was innovative. They talk about 2K11. Why? Because they added so much stuff to the dribbling, and they refined a lot of things that were already in the game. Then they had the Jordan mode, obviously, right? Then you have 2K14, where they hit next gen with a new locomotion system. All these years have something, MLB The Show, the year they added dynamic weather, not dynamic weather, but dynamic lighting for every month, every time of day. When you think about the games that stick out to you, I guarantee you'll find one thing that was innovative. Look at dynamic weather in Battlefield 4. Every game that you think about that's your favorite games, you'll probably think innovation, because that's important. If you're not innovating, your game is stagnant. Look at Madden. Look what I mean, and it's not even that Madden's a bad game. We're going to get on that. But as far as innovation, what have they done as far as introducing new ideas to the realm of sports football, or football video games, I should say?
But see, that just goes back to what we were saying about, Madden in general. I mean, like I said, we'll get into that later, but Madden has a track record for just resting on what they have. Like you have where the devs are trying, but they know what they got at the company. So it's like, it's the reason why that a lot of people are frustrated, because we know the potential that they have, but we just don't see it.
Right.
Let's look at a couple of these people in the chat. There's a lot going on in here. Iggy Hunter came in late, asked what we thought about Rob Jones. We already talked about that. Let's see. Poster King said, I know with OG, I know they want to put male animations on the girl models. Huh?
They won't put.
Oh, they won't.
Male animations on the girl models.
Okay. Attention to detail. I agree. South Philly Sadat says OG and Rob's at EA now. She's loud, ready to pop off with that smoke on the next gen. I agree. We'll go Obi-Wan. He's saying hello to everybody. Glad that he's safe after the storm. That's good to know.
Definitely.
Let's see. Him Kia said, has Prime heard this? He'd be going crazy. Yeah, he heard. I saw him a few times on Twitter talking about it.
It's funny because I think I said something to the notion of, he's leaving live for 2K, and then the moment that live, shows some signs of life, he'll probably go right back to that mother in no less than a year.
Prime's leaving live. Prime's leaving live like Apex is leaving video games. He'll be back.
NBA Live is in Prime's DNA. I can understand why he went to 2K, because he never thought Live was coming back. But like even if OG didn't go to EA, Live would just say, "Hey, we're coming out with a game," he would have done the same thing. I mean, Live is in his blood. Let's see. Poster King also says competition. Let's wait till we see first. We know EA, and you know, like I said, we're talking now, and OG already gave us the rundown of what he kind of cryptically gave us a rundown of what he's trying to put in the game, and we already know EA's track record of the overhead, and hopefully that won't be the case. And because I haven't even talked about this, I don't even think EA has the
just went out again. Your video went out again.
Was it my tire video, or is it just? No, is it my video? Because y'all went out too.
Just you. Well,
okay.
I don't know.
That's
I still
fine.
see Bill's
I'll
just stop the camera right now.
That's weird.
I think EA
DJ, you
is
out,
looking at this and sniping folks. Like,
I know, right?
That's crazy. He's talking.
I know, right?
But like I said, I think like if you played Live 19 or whatever case may be, Live 19 didn't have microtransactions in it. It basically you grind to get your my player to get better. So hopefully I hope that they continue that trend. So it won't be anything wonky or crazy when it comes to like that. But I know that's over OG's head. So I'm not even trying to put that on him. But as far as the creative ideas, what he wants in the game, I saw what he did with 14. I saw the limited time he had with 15. I saw his vision. And we also see what he does in 2K. So I have no doubt that the gameplay is going to be there. It's just the other stuff that I'm kind of worried about, but definitely going to be supporting it. Goob said, I can see y'all being game changers being that he listens to y'all on the show. Hey, I didn't want to say that. Hey, OG,
I'll tell you what
I just want you to read that. I'm not saying anything, but I want you to read that.
Don't ask me.
I'll tell you what we won't do. I'll tell you what we
Shut up.
do. I'll tell you what we won't do. If we go down there and OG starts telling us about, we got to give us time. We gonna come back and say, look, man, we thought OG was the boy, yo. We ain't gonna come back and be like, hey.
First and foremost, he already know how we roll, so it's like,
right.
Ain't no reason to come at us like that. Like,
if you can't block dunks in Live 22, we ain't gonna be like, hey, I don't see any issue with it. No, we gonna be like,
in other words, the only thing, hey, OG probably gonna come at us like, hey, man, just be nice when y'all get back. Y'all get back, just be nice, man.
OG gonna be like, look, shit's fucked up down here. All right, I'm be honest with you. It's fucked up down here. You know me, so just
like wait till Live 25.
Man, all I know, I feel like Scott OG is entering a situation the same as the new Washington football team's new GM.
Yeah,
not exactly the same situation, but it's similar.
Yeah, but all seriousness, I think OG. I mean, with this game being built from the ground up, I will say one thing, and I know this is way off base, is way too early. I feel that this game may have some issues, may have some problems. It's a brand new game from a brand new build, so I don't think that it's going to be peaches and cream. But I will say that I think it's going to be a quality product, and I think with those basketball minds in there, I think we're going to get a pretty good. We're going to get a pretty good experience, and especially with the game coming out, I think at the end of the day, I think that's all that we can ask for, just a pretty good basketball experience to get everything back on track for the Live franchise. You heard about it too? Yeah, Scott OG is going to be on NBA Live now. What you got to say about that? You gonna say nothing? You trying to take off your side? Okay. I think Scott OG, you like basketball? Yeah, you tell him that you like basketball. Yeah, I got him a little basketball goal out there. He likes to play with the basketball and stuff.
He said, as long as them damn Eagles ain't playing, let me stop. No, but
right.
The most important thing about the new regime that's interesting is a new regime can go one of two ways. Either a new regime can try to stick too close to what they've been trying to do and build on that, or they can go way too far away from what they used to do and turn off their fan base that has been loyal for them. So,
all right, I would like to point out that we have another OG in the chat. Resolve. There he is. Yeah, that's Resolve. And guess where he is. And guess where he is. He's 15 minutes away from me. He lives in the neighboring county from me.
So he's back in the States.
Yeah.
So if Resolve ever have a problem with you, he gonna pull up and get that fade. Then he gonna get that.
I can pull up to his place too.
I want people to notice. No, seriously, I want people to notice, and I know DJ probably know because he probably talked to him already. Retro Resolve's been in England for a while, and he's back in the States, and I didn't.
Give me a second, I'll be back.
And I'm gonna be all serious. All jokes aside, I was literally worried about him because he was over there and everything went down. I had no idea where he was. So I was worried about him, like for his well-being, honestly, because with the virus and he's over there, I didn't know if he was. So it's good to know that he's back in the States. This is
he said he ain't catching no fade.
Since you've been gone, man, I became a father and everything, man. Where you been? It's like a lot of stuff happened since you've been gone.
So he posted a video the other day. So everything that's been going on about the next topic that we're gonna go to is pretty much it inspired him to do a quick video. So he had some interesting things to say in it, and I recommend people go check it out.
I need the channel because when I had this new channel right here, I don't have. I'm not subscribed to it because I was subscribed to it on the old virtual footballer channel. So I need the link to his channel. I'm definitely going to subscribe.
Because that's pretty much in the chat. That's if you click on his name, I think you can go straight to the channel from there. So, but let me see. I can do that and I'll mute my mic for a second while I'm looking for that.
All right, there we go.
Hey, appreciate that Resolve. Appreciate that. I got my little.
I ain't catching no fade. Hey. You're giving out fades, Retro. Who knows?
You gonna take my headset? What are we doing? What are we doing? And you gonna throw it on the ground? Oh boy, you're a mess. Come on, sit down.
Yo, he is wearing a shirt that says King of Chaos on.
All right, what's next on deck? Y'all want to jump to Madden now or what?
I guess.
You want some chicken? I give you some. And I appreciate that Resolve, man. Yeah, man. Since you've been gone, man, I became a father. It's been great, man. It's been great.
Yeah, but some shit hasn't changed.
Yeah, ain't much hasn't changed. You're right.
Some shit hasn't changed.
I hear you, Resolve. He's talking about he definitely got to pull up on DJ. Oh, okay.
It's not a channel anymore. It's just talking. And do y'all have a speedway near y'all that y'all can pull?
Like we do. There is a major highway, and he's like I said, he's literally like 15 minutes away. He says this, and
the main thing is I was like really worried about him, and I'm not saying that to be funny, but with the virus and everything, and last thing I know, he was in England. I had no idea where he was or whatever. So I was like, yo, he just crossed my mind one day. I was like, oh, all this COVID stuff going on. I hope it resolves all right, but that's good to know.
Well, shoot, and then there was another person, another OG. I had to introduce a third OG, but he's not in the chat. Did a video the other day. MD20 made a video.
He made a video, really?
Oh, yeah. Damn! People back putting their user.
Pretty much.
I mean, that's interesting. I want to see that video as well. I think I'm still subscribed to MD, so I can get to him. That's gonna be interesting.
Wait, Resolve, did you private the video? Because now I can't find it.
Yeah, just give me the link to the channel. I'm gonna catch him because I know he has a lot of things I like to say.
All right, let me do that.
Yeah, man.
Resolve, we got to get you on here one day.
Wow, man. So I mean, we're episode 170, man. We're just chugging right along. Also, we're on iTunes and SoundCloud as well, and on Google Play, so you can catch us there. It's not just here on YouTube. So if you want to download it, you can do that.
We got to get you on here, Resolve.
Yeah. I'm dead serious. I was honestly worried about him. Y'all want to jump to Madden and possibly it bouncing back and perception wise anyway. I don't think too much.
Boy. Here we go.
I just think the perception of what the public has done. I I'm kind of torn on it. I don't say that it's warranted, but then again, I played the game, and me playing the game, I'm like, all right, this is some BS. So, well, Bills, I'm gonna let you go first. What do you think? Do you think they need their perception can bounce back in due time, and how long?
They don't care. And they should. And the thing is, they shouldn't care because a lot of these people either haven't played the game or knew what it was going to be when they fucking pre-ordered it, and they still got it, and now they're bitching about it. So you know what? If I was EA, I'd say fuck them. You either haven't played the game, or you, like I said, you knew what the game was going to be, and now you're just bitching because it's a trend on Twitter. No, I mean, their perception isn't gonna, that doesn't do anything. This happens every couple years. We get some internet phenomenon where people start, oh, Madden sucks. You know, we need to do something to get them out of here and get 2K back. And then what happens? They go and put out the same old MUT packs. They do nothing to franchise, and we go back to our regularly scheduled programming. It's not going to be any different this year. EA is the leader in the clubhouse right now. Nobody can knock them off that perch. And I just think this whole movement is hilarious. I mean, it's not even because I enjoyed the game. Like, I think it's literally just, it's funny. Like, you got motherfuckers who bought this game, and we know they're playing this game. Like, we know they're playing this game, and they're retweeting a bunch of negative shit about. It's like, bro.
Yo,
I saw
in the Metacritic score, somebody paid $100 for the game and was like really pissed. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, why would you pay that much for this?
In this day and age, if you don't go online and educate yourself, look at some gameplay, talk to some people who played it or anything, you got played, and that's your fault. I'm sorry. This is not the day and age to blindly buy a game. And I don't think that's the people that are bitching about it. I think the people that are bitching about it are people that knew that the game was going to be whatever they view it as. And as a result, they're just going on this tirade on Twitter because it's just something to do. That's literally what it is. It's just something to do. I mean, that's it. It's something to do.
DJ, you got anything to add to that?
Well, I know when I did my video and I was looking at the Metacritic scores, see, Bill's reasoning is the exact reason why I didn't even look at the user scores, because one, the user scores, nobody's held accountable for whether they played the game or not. So you can literally go in, create an account, leave a review. You can do copy and paste. And basically, you can do what they call review bomb that portion of the site because it's not vetted, versus the media side, which is more vetted. I'm not going to say it's 100% because we've in the past, there have been media outlets that have been caught not playing the game that they reviewed, or not really, or plagiarizing other people's reviews. So they're not 100% either. But when I look at the Metacritic scores for the media, it's just funny that now we're starting to see the media understanding where some of the users are as far as this game is concerned. You know, I feel like they're gonna vouch for the gameplay improving, but when they look at every place else, because that's what the media, when they get these review copies or whatever, what they do is they play parts of the game. They play as many parts of the game as they can within whatever time they have, because they have deadlines to meet. And they give you a summary of what their experience was. I'm like, again, I would say it's as far as from the media view, it's still a user, it's a glamorized user opinion at the end of the day. But to notice that the trend, it went down sharply from last year to this year, I would, if I was a company, I would be concerned. But Bills is right. At the end of the day, they don't care. They don't care that they're. I'm using this as an analogy, that their son or daughter is coming home with. Last year they came home with a C. When the year before that they were getting B's on their report card. Now they got a D on the report card, and it's just like, well, you still got the rent money though. That's all they care about.
I'm gonna let VF go. I have a question to ask y'all.
Mm-hmm.
No. I mean, my thing is, I'm glad I did the stream, and I'm I'm gonna do a little bit of background with my camera in a second. I do apologize for that. But I did a little back. I did the stream, and when I did the stream, I noticed that you could tell who's played the game, who hasn't. Now, I don't agree with a lot of the zeros that was put out. I think that was stupid. But with some things that people were saying, I feel that they were like the ones that I was reading throughout the stream. You can go look at it. Some of them were like legitimate claims, and I get what they're saying. And I think I just feel like that. Huh?
You cut out for a second. So
yeah, for some reason it seems like it's cutting. I don't know if it's my camera or what. I don't know.
Yeah, I think EA definitely getting a hold of this part of the podcast. They're like, nah, we can't.
Right? But
they don't care. Like they don't care about these reviews, but they care about our voices, though.
Yeah, I think they had a honest, situation where people were, they're pretty much fed up with the game the way it is, and I get it. And like I said, for me, I'm looking at it through the eyes of somebody who's played this game all this time, and there's some sort of jet lag of just having this one football game being played. They play it all the time. I think NYK also said it in the chat. He said he's seen this day. People said, I'm enjoying the gameplay tweets and seeing them trend and stuff. Yeah, I agree. I think the gameplay is actually pretty good. I don't have a problem with the game personally, and I think a lot of people, well, some people that I've seen that was in the Metacritic scores did say that the gameplay was okay for the most part. They just feel like everything behind the scenes was stale. But I don't think that's a warranted situation where you give it a 0. But like I said, you could tell who's the diehards, the ones who've been playing, the ones who want better, compared to the ones who was just trolling and just putting stuff out there just to be funny. And I think people just put the zeros on there just to follow the trend. But when you actually read what they're saying, I think a lot of them had legitimate complaints. So I like what Joe Number said, like you feel like a lot of it, the smoke is warranted. I think it's because I think it's gotten to a point where the game needs to be on another level. And these gameplay improvements, they're great, don't get me wrong. But I feel that it should be further on based on what they had and what's been going on with the series all this time. So, what you was about to ask, Bills?
Well, this is twofold. The first thing, as far as it being warranted, my question is, if there wasn't a hashtag that started trending, when were people going to get fed up before this? Because if you choose the year that they actually make an improvement to something that y'all been bitching about for years, and you kind of look stupid because it's like all these other years you could have complained when the gameplay wasn't up to par. You wait till the gameplay is up to par and then jump in line with the people who are franchise heads, even though you've never talked about it. That's the shit that's a joke to me. Because and here's my question. This is my question to y'all. Okay. Let's say that we have, I'm going to compare it to like a football player. Let's say we have a Mitchell Trubisky, right? And let's say Mitch Trubisky throws for 3,000 yards and 11 touchdowns and 13 picks one year, okay? Then the next year, he throws for 3,000 yards, 11 touchdowns, and 14 picks. Okay. Let's say the year after that, he throws for 3,500 yards, 12 touchdowns, and 16 picks. How does he go from being a garbage quarterback to then all the way down to the worst quarterback of all time? That's what they did with Madden. You can't have an improvement in one year and rank it lower than the years when it was stagnant or worse, because your timing makes no sense. If Mitch Trubisky improves in the year that you're judging him compared to other years, you can't then drop him all the way down below what he was because he improved. That's just common sense. That's what I've been talking about this entire time. You can't say that a game improved and rank it lower because you're not ranking the game. You're ranking past precedent, and that's not what we're doing. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be ranking the game. So that's
okay. I'm gonna play devil's advocate really quick. I get what you're saying because I think you're looking at it based on the improvement of the gameplay. People like us in our community are going to do that. We're going to understand the gameplay is better, and we're going to understand that the game has improved. People outside of this community, they're going to look at it and be like, okay, yeah, most of them don't even play in general. So they don't even play like these guys are probably not even about it on a sim level as far as playing the sim mode of Madden. They're probably playing calm. They're probably playing these other things. And then when you look at everything else behind that's not behind the paywall, and in some cases that are behind the paywall, are pretty much copy and paste from last game. I can see where they say the game as a whole has not improved, but clearly the gameplay has. And if anybody's sitting there saying that it hasn't, they're on drugs, because that's the stuff that I don't understand.
But
the game as a whole, I can understand somebody giving the game a 6 or a 5 because the game as a whole is really lackluster at the end of the day.
But how can you rank it lower than games before this if basically gameplay improved and everything else was the same? That's basically saying that you're ignoring one improvement and you're judging based on past precedent. That's the point I'm making.
But I think at the end of the day, with that, I think people are going to give it the game rating lower, because when you look at Madden 20 and you look at Madden 21 with better gameplay, is that really Madden 21? If everything else is the same outside the gameplay, you're looking at a situation where this game could possibly just be an update, not just a full yearly cycle game with new stuff.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but what I'm saying is I just don't understand how
I think also
have
because
something improved
when other games come out, other games they look at new games as a somewhat of a fresh and new product. So I don't think they're going to necessarily give it a better rating, because it's going against the precedent with other games that come out. And okay, the jump from this game to the next is different, and it's different because we see the improvements overall. What Madden 21 could possibly be like one big patch of Madden 20,
but
it doesn't make it Madden 21.
But it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be better for you to give it a rating that is the same if it improved in one area and all the rest of the areas are basically copy and paste. And why wouldn't you just give it the same score as last year?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I see what you're saying.
Because I'm saying you're judging on specific years. Go ahead, DJ.
Okay. All right. So if you have a car and you bought it brand new, and knowing that each year, even though you have the same features and stuff like that, that car loses value. Are you going to be able to? How are you going to be? Oh, okay. How are you going to be able to justify being able to sell it at the same value as when you bought it new, to try to sell it off, when knowing that even with the same features, the value of it has gone down? Knowing that there's also other cars now, unfortunately, Madden doesn't have any competition. Knowing that, possibly the same car, just a different year, is going to have different features and a newer year. It seems like you can't give Madden the same rating, because last year it was a 76 according to the media side. It was a 76 and I think 79 on Xbox. And I don't know. See, the unknown is, how do they weight each part of the game?
And that's what I was going to get to.
So it's just like, I feel like from what I'm seeing is that they evenly weight different parts of the game. But
does that mean your scale? Does that not mean, just real quick, does that not mean that in a way their scale changed then? Because here's my thing. If you're weighing everything the same and everything else is the same except gameplay, and gameplay improved, then if your scale didn't change, that means it would be the same grade, wouldn't it?
But it's also saying that the gameplay, even though you may rate it higher, other areas of the game may have dropped.
Like what?
So presentation, that definitely.
Yeah, but we just agreed. But we said if everything else is a copy and paste, that's what we've been talking about.
But it's not a copy and paste at this point. I'm like, it's.
I agree, but I'm saying that's what we were talking about. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so if the gameplay is better, then let's say last year they gave gameplay a 7. This year they gave it an 8. But last year they gave presentation, let's say, a 6, This year they gave it a 4.
Right.
That it
Then
still
that would make
brings it
sense.
down a bit. So and you're not just talking about presentation. Now you're talking about execution of the game. Now they want to use the pandemic as a reason for that part, but still, I'm like, they had months before the pandemic hit to work those kinks out. So now you're talking about like just performance of the game, not necessarily the gameplay. Now you're talking about you have no lines on the field. And these are talking about bugs and glitches. These are more bugs and glitches than there were last year. So that part of the game,
I agree with that part.
Yeah, it definitely has suffered more than it did last year.
Let me address. Let me just real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Close the game because this comment's annoying me. He says, so Bills, you're dating a girl who has cheated before, but since she hasn't in a while, I should forget she has cheated before. That is not a game reviewer's job. You're reviewing the game for that year. Okay? If Ron Artest gets a technical foul in a game, you can't say, well, based on the fact that he did some shit in 1999, we got to give him 10 games because no, you're looking at this particular situation. And that's not a game reviewer's job. It's like judging a Prince album, and let's say the album's garbage, but because he had great albums before, you're gonna give him a fucking 10 out of 10. No, past precedent doesn't matter when you're reviewing the current product.
This is my thing, and I want to apologize again because when I cut on my camera, that's when all the stuff goes haywire. I'm gonna probably get another camera in the process, but. This is my thing. Madden 21 does not, to be honest with you, it does not necessarily feel like Madden 21. This feels like a game where it's an update from Madden 20. I mean, you see, like there's a different font, a different presentation, as far as the visuals, but on field, it just feels like an updated Madden 20. I'm not saying that the scores are relevant because to me, I feel that gameplay is improved, is good enough for me. But I can see why people give it a lower rating because the total game in general just does not feel like a next installment. In other words, you can make the case where they could just literally just update the game based on what's on the field, and you still have Madden 20. And I think that's where people are actually are upset about. I want to look at another I'm gonna look at another comment right here.
Let me
let Bills go. Yeah, let him.
I don't want to go back and forth. We got other people on here though.
Yeah, I know,
but this is an ongoing conversation right now. That's why I'm responding to it right now. He said Bills ref go off the pass. Yeah, and we criticized them for it. So we can't do that. We can't on one side say, yeah, go off the pass, and then on this side say, oh no, you can't do that. Like, come on, bro. Stay consistent. If you're going to judge a ref for giving Rasheed Wallace a technical foul based on reputation when he didn't even say anything and just stared the ref down, then you have to do the same thing when you're reviewing games. Don't move the goalposts because you hate Madden and like Rasheed Wallace. That's all I'm asking. Go ahead, VF.
Russia Resolve says, too many flawed rating systems to follow anymore. Review bombing is a common thing now, so I'd rather listen to a trusted source to try it myself. That is actually a good point, and I do understand that. I'm gonna get to your comment in a second, Joe Numbers. Peter also said, I think those reviews are an effort to show the sort of shit on EA enough for them to do something about it right away. Give them a 0 to drive down the score for EA's hand. Well, EA ended up giving out free copies. I don't know if that was by design or whatever.
Yeah,
they gave out codes this past couple of days. But this is what I do.
Oh, now he's botting out again.
Is because, hold on a second, fellas. Let me do that. All right, there we go. And I think that's one of the reasons why I'm not big on review bombing, but I understand it because of what they do, what they're trying to do. They're trying to force EA's hand to make them do something different. So I do, and he also says he don't know if that actually works. I don't think it does, but I see what they're trying to do. Joe Numbers also says that. He said, "Did you
hold on, real quick, VF? Go back to that comment. The reason it doesn't work I don't know if
he's talking about
actually
review
works.
bombing. He doesn't know if it actually works. Yeah, I agree,
Yeah,
because
so-
I mean
so-
it happens a lot. And,
So that's what I'm
you know,
saying. But it
especially
doesn't work. Good.
No, Bills, go ahead.
The reason I was saying it doesn't work is because there's not enough people like us that actually investigate before we buy shit. A lot of people just buy it because it's the next edition of the game. So that can't work because there's too many casual people that don't watch those reviews. So they're not gonna care. If they watch it after, then they
yeah, I
might
mean,
buy
like I said,
it's their fault.
in the, I get it, but I was saying in the age of, you know, social media, and I mean, this happens on Steam all the time. I'm pretty sure DJ knows. Anybody who has a PC, you know, review bombing happen all the time on Steam. I'm not saying that it works. I'm not advocating for it. I'm not saying that, you know, yay or nay to it either way. What I was saying is one of the reasons why I did the stream, because I wanted to look at and see why people are review bombing. I wanted to see if people just going in there and just saying, you know, F EA sucks. This that. No, people are actually giving it a 0, which I don't think the game's a 0. The people who are actually saying something in Metacritic was actually saying some, you know, things that made sense. It wasn't just a bunch of petulant kids that were spoiled. These guys had complaints, pretty much the same type of complaints that we have on this show. And, you know, for the most part, you know, I think the entire hour and a half I went through those complaints, or those, you know, quote unquote reviews, I ran into 2 that were honestly like troll, like they were like spamming, you know, they were spamming go maximum football, and somebody else is saying give up the license. They type it over and over again. Now, see, that's the type of stuff I would actually, you know, was looking for in a review bombing. But most of the time, the people just, you know, put the 0 up on there, but they actually had something to say that you read it like, okay, I understand what they're saying. It wasn't like people just trying to be funny.
But that's the thing about review bombing that can occur. Now, because of review bombing, Metacritic actually changed their policy about leaving reviews as a user versus the media. So that's why, again, when I did my video, I actually, what you just talked about, I actually mentioned that in mine. I literally sat there and said, hey, don't consider it so much. Sift through it, get what you can get out of it, but leave the rest, because more than likely everybody's just following a trend, you know, leaving a whole bunch of 0s, and that's the side of Metacritic that's not vetted. So like Resolve said earlier, I would go with the trusted source, but, you know, not 100% go with the trusted source. So that's where I would express the concern would be with the media versus more so the users, because at the end of the day, most of the users that left comments already bought the game. EA doesn't care about the fact that they don't care about what you have to say after you bought the game. And it goes to also you content creators that leave comments and spearhead hashtags, but you already bought the game with whatever money you used it with, and continue to do the same thing, and will do the same thing next year, which will leave campaigns and hashtags empty because there's no real weight behind it. You know, this year I decided to walk away from the game. I struggled with that decision last year. So it's just like, you know, if I were to spearhead something, I would have a lot of weight behind it. But, you know, that's just me.
And I understand exactly what you're saying. It's just like my thing is, I just wanted to understand why they were review bombing. That was the initial reason for the, you know, that was the initial reason for the stream. I wanted to know what people were saying. You don't like it either? Oh, okay. And so that's saying, and I'm with that 100%. You know, and okay, what else you want to tell them? You good? Okay. But I think at the end of the day, I was more fascinated with the fact that I wanted to know what people were saying, and like, do they work? No, I don't necessarily think they work. Like I said, I see it on Steam all the time. People were review bombing. I think it was Borderlands 2 or something like that, because they got the upgrade, the 4K update grade for free, and people bought the original one, and They come to find out they didn't have to buy the original one. They review bomb for some of the dumbest things on Steam. So, I mean, I get it, but most of the time, the guys on PC, when they review bomb, they literally are acting like children. You know, there are PC elitists that say like dumb stuff behind their review bomb. These guys, for the most part, actually have some pretty decent things.
Now, one more thing, and this actually goes to Bill's point. Last year, we saw hashtag fix NBA 2K. So it's I see, and what's gonna happen is that come Friday when that comes out, I'm gonna practice same energy, and I'm gonna look at those review scores, user and Metacritic, and see what happens there because I'm interested to know how that's gonna turn out.
But the other thing is, how many times have we seen people come to this pod and give their thoughts, and then you realize they're playing online? A lot of those 2K dudes are gonna be the exact same way. They're gonna be bitching about some shit in park, bitching about some shit in the neighborhood.
Like even in the video, I wound up, I don't know why I fell for it, but this circular conversation in the chat where dude is like, I play online, and when we were talking about the game, it's like he plays online, I play offline, so that's two separate experiences to gauge a game, and no matter at the end of the day, we're naturally not gonna come to an agreement.
And that's another thing and that's another reason why I did want to look at the Metacritic scores, because I want to know why people are upset. And I think that's the thing, like what we want in the game and what satisfies us is totally different with most of these other people. Like we're like the 5, maybe 10-15% that play offline. Most of these dudes play these sports titles or go play strictly online, and I wanted to know if that was the case. And I didn't hear too many people saying much about online gameplay. Most people just wanted fundamentals. I can honestly say that this Madden thing, as far as bless you, this Madden thing, this review bomb, it is a lot more sophisticated and it actually makes more sense than people give it credit for. It gives a lot more. It has a lot more sense than people give credit for. It's not a bunch of kids that's just anti-EA. Some of these people have legit problems with the game, and I commend them for that because most review bombs aren't like that.
But here's the thing: Joe Numbers said people who complain about 2K more than likely only play Parking My Career. That's not true. A lot of the people that play online ranked and all that crap complain about the same shit, just the way they do in Madden when they complain about online ranked. It's the same thing. Most of these complaints are coming from online players. Why? You're not going to find many players like us that don't play online.
Yeah, and I agree. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's so many different reasons why people don't like a game, and I'm actually was surprised that people were actually saying like, hey, there are issues in the game that I don't like, even though the game's improved. This game still has problems. So it wasn't, like I said, people could feel how they feel, what they want about this whole review bombing thing. I don't think the zeros are warranted. The majority of people who actually said something about Madden 21, they were like legit complaints that do make sense, and I will give them credit for that. I want to look at where is it? Where is it? I think, there it is. Joe Number says, do you guys not see the guy who tweeted the winning Super Bowl in 4 different Madden same cutscenes?
Everybody's seen that.
I agree. I did.
Everybody's
from Madden 17 up until now, it has the same Super Bowl winning cutscene. Now that's very lazy. I agree with that. You can't get nowhere around that. South Philly Sadat says, I was telling you, Via, when it comes to Madden, if you come the hood, if you come the hood, okay, you're not going to find too many dudes who won't rock with Madden. Play sim, no gimmicks. Fact, yeah, I agree. I mean, that's how we play, and I think our vision of Madden is definitely skewed from others. Babe, why are you trying to climb up there? Hey, you want a game? I'm gonna give you a game.
Joe Numbers. The thing about that, I'm not even talking about hashtags. I'm talking about literally complaints about the game. Go to Mike Wang's replies and tell me what you see. They're not my player people.
Who else? Somebody said something about no coin toss. Scott Smith says, I'm glad they came out and said they will release what they're doing franchise before the real season starts. Yeah, they're supposed to be having 3 updates to franchise mode. So that's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out.
Now,
I don't know what they're willing to do as far as what updates, because that's a lot for a franchise, because we don't get no love.
okay, let me just address the
Go ahead.
coin toss situation, because the coin toss is still in the game. It just happens when you go to overtime. And to tell you the truth, when you're watching a regular broadcast, most television broadcasts don't even televise. I'm talking about regular season and even preseason. They don't even really televise the coin toss. Now, I believe that they should put it back at the beginning of the game, because you're sitting in front of a video game and you have to be, immersed. So I do believe I agree that the coin toss should be visible throughout the game, but it's still there.
Right. No, I mean, I'm with you on that. I mean, I didn't like it that it was gone, but I think the game in general has been pushed to the point where it's more speed and convenience. You don't see players coming out of the huddle. You don't see
oh yeah, that was late.
There's no there's no refs on the field. I mean, those type of things, it kind of pulls away from the immersion. Luckily for me, the gameplay is good enough that I can see myself playing it, but I would love for those things to come back.
And then even to the point where even the broadcast element has suffered. So that's why when we were talking about how different sectors of the game are holding the game back, with the gameplay being 7 or 8 and presentation being like a 3, is because you've literally have cut back on the presentation to be what if you were playing like 10-yard fight or Tecmo Super Bowl type, presentation, and we don't want that in 2020 and beyond.
So, like I said,
they've been lazy anyway, because every other sports game, for the most part, has presentation styles that you can choose from. They don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they just make it one experience for everybody. It's like, what the fuck,
right? And I think at the end of the day, when you look at what Madden's trying to do, I think they're trying to push a convenience narrative, like, make it convenient for people to stay continuously playing. Most of us want to experience like we're at the stadium, or like if we're on the field, or if we're on the sideline. We want those type of, like, back in the old Maddens, that's how it used to be. Like, you have a coach mode and you're literally looking over the coach's shoulder while they're playing, or you have like a on the field type of camera angle when you're like literally like similar to Backbreaker, but not like Backbreaker. You had a broadcast mode where you can actually look at it like a broadcast.
But let's keep it. Let's keep it a buck. Oh, go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say let's keep it a buck for a second about the presentation, and the reason why I think that them not doing the TV broadcast is pretty much bullshit. Their excuse for it. They say they want to create their own presentation of what football is supposed to be, but then on the other hand, they say it's what you see on Sundays. We don't hear people's feet pounding on the grass on Sundays.
I knew
that's the first thing. That's the first thing.
And the other thing is, we don't hear the football whizzing through the air. We don't hear the sound effects of that. Yeah.
You can't prostitute camera views from broadcast presentations on one hand, and on the other hand say you're trying to create your own version of a broadcast, or I should say of a telecast. Like, that just makes no sense. They're lazy. Let's call it what it is. They're lazy. Everything they're taking out is laziness. Not fixing the cut scenes is laziness, because 2K tries to actually give us broadcast presentation with the correct camera views, with the stat overlays popping up at the right time, with the commentators that are all on TNT. They don't hide behind the excuse we're not trying to use the TNT broadcast, but Madden will do it while they take shit out. So that's my thing, is don't prostitute, like I said, certain elements of broadcast television that we see, and then on the other hand, when you choose to be lazy, that's when you say, well, we're trying to create our own interpretation, because that's really just layman's terms for you're fucking lazy. That's it. You're lazy. You don't want to put the time in to get those stat overlays like how they are supposed to be on broadcast television, or the correct camera views in all situations, or having the players the correct height, or a bunch of other shit, halftime shows. No, you don't want to do that because you're still hanging on to that. Well, we're trying to create our own, bro. No, that's not what it is. That's not what it is at all. And they can hide behind that if they want to, but let's not act like Madden is all of a sudden trying to be different on one aspect of their game when every other game pretty much on the market as far as simulation sports games are trying to mimic what they see on TV. Madden's going to be the only one to not do that. Get the fuck out of here.
You know what's funny? While you were going on that rant for a second, I'm listening to Public Enemy Fight the Power. That was playing alongside of your rant, so it was on point. Love it.
No, and I think that's one of the main things is like when we go back and we look at Madden, what they have now, I think that's the problem. Like when you look at Madden 20 and you play Madden 21, you play franchise mode, and it's basically the same. You know, that's the type of stuff that makes me look at the game and be like, all right, they could have done something here. Like we saw it in the beginning, they basically did patch notes trying to be, you know, for franchise mode. You know, and this, you know, we saw all the new animations that's on the field. We saw all this other good stuff. The football is not bad, but it's just when you go back and just look at the total package of the game, I don't see where the zeros come from, but I do understand if somebody says the game's a 5 or a 6. I can see that easily. Joe Numbers, like, what is your favorite Madden? His Madden 06. Mine is Madden 08 on the original Xbox. State of Franchise says the same thing. I'm pretty sure Bill's is Madden 04. I could be
Madden
wrong.
04. Yeah, I mean, Madden 04, slight edge over Madden 08 on the 360.
Yeah, I would say Madden 08, but then Madden 05.
Madden 05 is another good one. I agree.
Madden 05 is like, I don't know what it is about Madden 05 that I don't go back and play it. It's probably
because there's a murderer on the cover.
Oh God, here we go.
It's probably because the hit sticks were kind of in their infancy.
Yeah, they were really hit sticks.
Because obviously they were, but yeah, like no,
he was murdering people.
But my thing with that was also the player models were kind of crazy. Like everybody was juicing on Madden 05.
Yeah, some of the defensive guys look really. They look like they were jacked up on 05.
Like
I agree with that. Yeah, they did look like that. They were kind of buffed up. I agree.
I'm like Deion Branch wishes he had traps like that. I used to use a pass all the time.
Optimusgoob came up with an interesting one. Optimusgoob said Madden 01 on the PS2. Wow. No, I don't hear too many people talk about that one. Madden 02 for the PS2 was really good. Now, I remember me and my friend used to play that a lot. But Madden 01? Wow, you're the first one that said that.
You know what? Madden 03. Madden 03 was damn good.
Madden 03 was good. That was a good one.
It built the foundation for 04 because obviously in 04 they added the playmaker, but Madden 03 was really good.
I think in general, Joe Numbers just put it on the head. He's like, the PS2 has the best Maddens. I mean, I honestly think that was the best. I always say the best video game football that was out.
Top to bottom, no question.
Yeah, I think. I mean, look at everything that PS2 Madden come out with. I still play it to this day. You know,
what was it? Madden 2000 and Madden 2001 were on PC. I favor those over the PS2 version or whatever PS. Maybe it was the regular PlayStation version around 2000 2001. Mm-hmm. So I'll go with the PC version of 2001.
Oh, that's interesting. Ravens Nation said he'll take 03. He take 2K3 over Madden 03.
NFL 2K3?
No.
Hell no.
Hell no.
Hell no.
And it's not close. I'm taking Madden 03 over that.
I say it's not close. 2K3 was nice. Now I will say that.
No, it was not.
The only thing about
2K3.
The only thing about 2K3 I didn't like was the player models was a little bit too thin.
Their movement was janky.
Very.
I didn't have a problem with the movie. I thought
2K3
was a lot
you
better.
play Giga Wing, so of course you're not gonna have problems with that.
Well, here's the thing, VF. This is the one argument I can make against 2K3 without even having to go into anything else. 2K4 was such a breath of fresh air because of how bad 2K3 was.
Mm-hmm.
Why does
I disagree
2K4
with
get
that.
the credit?
I don't think 2K4 is the reason why 2K3 gets shitted on. I don't agree with that. Now, if you say college, 2K3,
I said the opposite. I said 2K3 is why 2K4 gets so much praise. It was the year-to-year jump because 2K3 was
I will say that.
Yeah, but 2K3 and 2K2
I can
were
agree with that,
basically
but
the same.
2K3 had like a lot of innovative. Say that again.
I didn't get anything innovative out of 2K3. I thought
I
that
didn't
shit was
either.
garbage.
Really?
I didn't like it.
Y'all didn't get the
No,
the
I
catch
had bad
animations, the facial
No.
recognitions, the gold teeth, the gold teeth in his mouth, the
Didn't care about
stutter
that.
spin.
The player movement was messed up.
VF, the things that you are talking about are great, but like
Run
looking
game and
back-
defensive assignments, like Ravens Nation just put.
But
I mean, I'm not
didn't
saying
matter.
that, I'm not saying that 2K3 is a great game, but compared to Madden 03, it's not that far off. It's not. I'm
about to respectfully disagree with you.
Yeah, I know how I
but
felt when 2K3 came out. I was highly upset.
2K3 has something in the game that's still not in today's game. They have a stutter step spin.
But here's the thing, VF.
You have legit stiff arms in that game.
But the thing is, VF, all the things you're naming still don't create a package that's good enough for me to like. You're naming a lot of good individual stuff, but I'm looking at Madden 03's complete package, Madden 2K3's complete. I don't think it's close. I'm just
presentation.
When I could sit here and say that the first rendition of 2K was better than 2K3, that's when.
No, they did.
Yeah, I would rather just play NFL 2K than play 2K3. Let's just say that.
I'd rather play 2K3.
I think 2K3 was a little bit better than y'all giving it credit for. I don't think it was.
It might be, but I still don't think it's close to Madden 03. I'd have to bump Madden 03 up again if I bump 2K3.
I think Madden 03 is better, but I'm not. I don't think it's that far off. 2K3 was actually. I think the only thing about 2K3 that I did not like, honestly, I know there was a bug. I don't know if it's in the PS2 version or if it's in the on the Xbox version. One of those versions had where it was very difficult to see the quarterback. It could have been the PS2 version because the original Xbox version was able to get patches through broadband connection. I could be wrong.
I have a question about that. Are you gauging the feeling? Because have you played it recently? Last
time I played both games was probably maybe a month ago.
Because I'm gauging it based on how I felt at the time, and that's it. Because that was the only time I played it, and I was not going to go back and play it at all. It was garbage.
Yeah, 2K3 is 2K3 is still a very innovative game to this day. Like I said, they have stuff in that game that's not in Madden today.
I felt like the last thing that 2K, if they would have gotten another year, maybe a 2K6 or whatever, they would have probably straightened out the AI logic as far as trading. Because 2K5 had the worst trading logic on earth. I kid you not.
Yeah, they did.
Peyton Manning was getting traded like every 2 weeks.
Versus 2K4. The other thing about 2K3 versus 2K versus Madden 03 is that Madden 03 can easily make an argument for my top 5 football games of all time, and 2K3 is not even top 10.
Yeah, Madden 03 was really good. I'm not denying that. I just think that 2K3 is not that low on the totem pole as people saying that they're saying in here. Yeah, I think 2K3 has a lot of good traits in it. I enjoyed playing the game, and I like what it brought.
Poster King said 2K3's movement was asked to me at 13.
He knew it. He recognized it at 13. I
didn't like the running animation.
At the age of 22, I
didn't like the running animation.
I did not like any of that at all.
I believe 2K3's running animation is way better than 2K5's.
Okay, you on crack.
2K5 running animation is horrible.
No, but VF. Here's the other thing you got to take into account though. 2K5 straight line running animation isn't the greatest, but when you have drastic cuts, that's part of running animations. 2K3 had 0. They didn't have any. So that's my thing. I don't like 2K5 straight line running animation, but they had drastic cuts in the game.
No, I think 2K3 I think it's getting a bad rap right now. That's just my personal opinion.
It gave itself a bad rap.
Right, pretty much. It was
I
like
think one day that's going to be a retro sports on Sunday.
I'll be there, but I'm gonna roast the fuck out of it.
and see, that's what I'm saying.
I was like, their waste management, forget their product. So I'm like, what the fuck?
It's not that bad.
One to play down the road.
I kick it down the road like any trash can.
Yeah. Also, speaking of this streaming, after this, I'm going to be streaming Madden 21. So hope you guys stick around to watch that because I may skip the first game of the preseason. I mean the last game of the preseason is going to week 1. So just giving y'all a heads up on that. He's a drop game day 98 do 2K3. Oh no, man! I mean, the thing about retro, Sunday retro games, it is a situation to go back and watch these games. It's not necessarily go and play the best retro game out there. I want I put all the games out there just to show you what it used to be. Now, I think that's one of the reasons why I do it. It's not just like let's play all the great games. I mean, I'm not this type of person. I'm not soft drink sports and like talk about the great old games. I want to play them all. So, maybe one day. I'm not going to say it's this week because I already made the promise to do Game Day 98. So sometime down the road, I'm definitely going to do 2K3.
All right,
I hate college game was horrible. I can't do anything about the college game was horrible.
All right, I was going to throw out another music recommendation playing right now. Parliament, the Mothership Connection. Yeah. Good track right now, so I recommend y'all go listen to it.
And yes, people, George Clinton did have 2 separate groups because he was that much of a boss. All right,
I don't know about that. So most of that stuff is before their time, Bills. They don't know nothing about that.
Before my time too. But
and here's a trivia question: which live was that song on? Because it was.
People play live religiously. We barely know the gameplay, let alone the damn music.
No, because
what song?
The Mothership Connection.
Live that song was on.
Oh wow, the Islanders have tied the game. So if who's watching,
it wasn't live 99. It was after that. 01?
Let me look it up. Let's see.
You didn't even know when you asking a trivia question.
No, because
let's get into the RTX.
I can ask a trivia question if I want to. Maybe I want to know the answer as much as anybody else.
We were right.
Because I can look it up on Google right now. Good grief. Because I'm thinking, no, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Because we all want to know the answer.
No, what you doing out here, man? Man, asking questions and don't know the answer to them.
That's like VF asking who's the Jordan Southern all-time leading rusher, and we're like, we name somebody. He's like, hold on, let me look it up.
No, exactly. Like, what?
I could do whatever the hell I want with any questions because I had the vaguest idea which live it was. It was in the. I would say I give it a range of like 98 between 98 and like in 2000. The last time you asked for L in the chat, did anybody give you an L in the chat? No. So that's another L.
Chat, everybody.
I got to put one in there, bro. I'm sorry. I've never heard of that before. That's like Alex Trebek asking a question.
Well, Alex Trebek doesn't even have to worry about knowing the answer himself. They provide him with the answer.
But what I'm saying is, imagine
you don't know it, bro.
How many championships the Bulls win? 6. Shit, hold on, let me check.
Well, that by you saying it that way would be confirming whether that was the correct answer or not. Ain't no wrong with confirming the answer.
Oh,
Oh, now y'all want to put L's in the chat. Where were y'all last week when he was asking for L's? So, anyway.
Oh my god.
It'll be even worse. We give you the correct answer. Like, oh, wait a minute. Let me look it up.
Let me make sure. Because that's what I thought it was too. Like, what? Oh my god.
Tell him again. Say L.
Wait a minute. Did he say M?
Yo, he heard L and automatically thought Madden. That's what he said. Let me start spelling what it really is for.
Well,
shit!
L.
If the Islanders wind up winning this game, the Flyers is gonna have an L for this series because they're gonna be sent home.
I needed that laugh. That was fucking. Oh my god,
that was funny. All right, let's get into these RTX.
He said, "What the fuck is the answer, though? What is the answer?"
DJ, they're still asking what the answer is.
Well, since y'all wanted to give me L's, you don't get an answer. So there.
He never knew it. He never knew the answer.
Man,
he never knew the answer. Man. He never knew it. Matter of fact, I don't even think the game was on live.
Actually, it was on live.
I'm looking at
I know for sure.
You got my son laughing at you. Major L.
You know what? I forgot he was watching.
It was 2000. It was 2000.
See?
Just for everybody that was wondering, it was 2000.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my Lord Jesus. Oh, my God. That was great.
Mm-hmm.
NBA Live 2000.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about these graphics cards, man.
Which was on PC, by the way.
They haven't been released, but the information has been released. We now know that one of these graphics cards are $1,500. I'm not paying for that.
Nope,
but,
not me.
That's crazy.
Son, what are you doing? You all right?
He's like, yo, that's crazy price for a graphics card. He agrees with us.
Right, he's smashing 2K. He's smashing NFL 2K3 up against something, trying to throw it in the garbage can.
Hey, man. I'm a retro sports collector. I'm not getting rid of these games. I don't care if they're
like I said.
Shoot, get rid of 2K3.
KB3 has a shirt on that says King of Chaos. He knew what he was doing today.
Mm-hmm.
He knew what he was. Hey, if he's coming in the room with never mind.
$1,500, bro.
$1,500 for the 3090 series. I mean, it's ridiculous how expensive that one is. The other one, the 3080, is $699, and the 3070 is $499. Now, mind you, the 3070 is already surpassed the new consoles. So if you guys are into PC gaming, you can probably get a decent PC at a pretty decent price, and you'll be surpassing the what they have as far as
So you're gonna far surpass what's gonna be that even you're gonna far surpass what's gonna be on consoles. That's just crazy.
This just makes oh good.
No, you go. You good. Go ahead.
I was gonna say this just makes what the PS5 dude said way back when we roasted him way back then. This is just adding on to that. When he said the SSD, he's like, "Oh, well, you can't play this game on anything but a PS5." Everybody's like, "Okay."
Well, I mean, on top of that, they already talking about Sony's gonna put games on PC, more games on PC after.
Watch after the news gonna come out that fucking Last of Us 2 was running on a high-end PC for that gameplay demo. The first time they showed it at E3. Come on, man.
You see where Resolve put in the chat? He was like 1,500.
He said I only caught
the Holy Ghost.
Yo, I'm not joking when I say this. Look at that, and I can finally share a screen now without it, dying on me.
Yay!
3090, the BF GPU, You can see what you can kind of figure out what BF stands for. Now,
Big
mind you,
fucking graphics card.
exactly.
Big
That's what
fucking
it stands for,
GPU.
seriously. But I'm gonna tell you, this graphics card, the 3090, is big as a Nintendo Switch. That's how big this graphics card is. That is huge.
And work more than the Switch
it's
too.
starting at $14.99. Now it has a lot of
He said more than the Switch too.
But I'm not getting into all this technical stuff because this technical stuff is that's mumbo jumbo for another day.
I know, right?
But $1,500 for that one, and here's the other one. Let's see if I can pull it. Oh, I got a wrong screen. Here we go. There's a 3080, which the one I'll probably end up getting. That's $699. That comes out on the 17th. I'm not going to get it right away. You know, I'm probably going to end up getting this for Christmas. It's going to probably be my Christmas present because I'm not spending $700 right now. But I'm going to end up getting that. What I can do, I can start buying PC parts, like get the part here, part there. And this one is twice the size, twice the performance of a 2080. So this is like doubled what the PS5 and the Xbox Series X is going to be. It's double the performance of that because I think the Series X, DJ, if I'm wrong, is it like a 2070 or 2080? That's what they said that the new consoles are going to be around that.
Yeah.
So exactly. So this is the double of what the consoles are going to be. That's $699. Now this is the one that DJ was eyeing. This is the 3070. This one is $499. This comes in October. And this right here is already faster than a 2080 Ti, which that is faster than what the new consoles will be. So in the PC gaming, personally, I recommend you to, honestly, I would think you should just go get the AMD 57. Like I said, that's a bunch of technical talk that we may discuss another day. But I think at $499, I think this is a really good price point for somebody who's starting out because other parts of PCs are fairly cheap and they're pretty much compatible with what this card can do. So with $499, you could probably build a pretty decent PC.
Oh yeah,
you get all the parts you can get, and you'll probably end up spending maybe $650. And compared to what it all can do, you're getting a really good value with this over a console. DJ, you got anything to add to that?
I came into hardcore PC gaming at the right time. I don't even have to touch the 2000 series at all. I know Pooh spent some money on the 28. Well, he bought a 2060.
Yeah, he bought a 2060.
So I know he expressed early. He was like, "Man, I just spent money on the 20. I gotta get rid of it." And not that he's gonna get rid of it right away. He still had. See, the thing is, it's like even if you just got like the 2060, anything in the 2000 series, you're still good. It's a person like myself.
You're still good for a few more. Yeah, you're good for a while.
It's a person like myself that honestly, I don't require a lot in my gaming, but I can patiently wait a little bit to jump to literally I can go and put a 2080 into my PC and be just fine. It's just like, well, if the 3060 what was it? 3070. The 3070 definitely would be what I would jump to next. I wouldn't even touch the 2000 series at this point.
No, like when I build another, because like right now I got the highest AMD card right now. I got the best AMD card in my system right now, so I'm good. And what I'm gonna do is, if I get this, I'm definitely going to build another PC. I'm not taking nothing out of this computer and putting this in it. I would just have to build from the ground up. So with the $699 card that I'm showing, I'll probably end up spending about $1,000 overall for everything. And this other computer I have over here, that one's going to my wife because she's starting content on her channel because she's starting to do her thing as far as keto diets and stuff because she's a workout queen. She loves to work out. My God, she'll run circles around me when it comes to working out, and I need to tighten up. But that's another stuff for another day. So she's starting that, and she's starting to do videos on her laptop, and it's okay, but it's not the same as having a desktop where you can edit and stuff. And that's what she wants to do. She wants to edit and do her own videos. So that's why I'm going to, get that out the way. And once I get that computer together, this other computer, it has like a 480 in it. It's not a bad one. It's a good 1080p 60 gaming PC, but that's going to go to her because that'll do wonders for her editing. But I'm gonna probably just say about $1,000, and I'm going to be going with the 3080 at the end of the day. And you say you can go with the 3070. All right, Bills. Fuck all this. When you get into PC gaming, man,
Right, because that's what basically this is saying. It's like, you know, with the games they're gonna be, and we're talking, and we're looking at these consoles like, okay, when you gonna release a price? It's pretty much forces their hand to say a price because their shit is literally 10 times lower than what we just saw with the graphics cards. So yeah, Sony and Microsoft got some explaining to do, some prices to drop.
We might need to put that Patreon up so we can put money together. So
I know, right?
Donate to get
Bills
a PC.
We're gonna talk about that before the show's over as well. But if y'all big spenders, man, y'all getting that stimulus check from Trump, man, y'all can go ahead and get this 3090, man. I'm not.
But you know what? You know what?
I mean, even if I had the money, I still don't see myself spending that much on a graphics. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
If you're not going to spend money on the graphics card, at least invest in the company.
Right. No, I just can't do it, man. I don't see it. That's way too much for. I mean, I thought it was bad when the 2080 Ti came out. That was $1,200. I thought it was bad then, but that's one thing I like about AMD. AMD, their cards are fairly priced, and a lot of people may think, okay, $300, that's a lot. When you consider what you can do, the problem with me is I have a lot of other consoles, so I do distribute my game playing activities to other stuff, but based on what this computer can do for the price that I paid for the stuff in it, I literally don't have to do anything else as far as gaming, as far as any of these other consoles. But I just love these consoles, so that's why I keep them. I can emulate just about any console outside of the PS4 and Xbox One with this PC. So, like, which we'll talk about another time, the mod that they did, the NCAA 14, which is phenomenal. Excuse me, which is a phenomenal mod to that game. They're not done yet, but I am going to talk about that another day with the new jerseys, the new stadiums, the things that they've done with that game is great. You thought Madden 08 PC was nice? No. What these guys are doing over there, great with NCAA 14. But a lot of them play on PC with the PS3 emulator. But so if you are willing to put up $600, and if you mainly want to play games on PC, you can do it. You can, I mean, you literally, and especially now with a lot of exclusives on consoles are coming to PC. I'm not advocating for it. I'm not saying I'm a PC elitist, but I'm just saying when you actually put the price point to what PC has to offer, you can have a great experience with it and be really diverse outside of the consoles. Now, the PC do have some bullshit. There's some games I cannot play on my Steam account because the PC, whatever, it crashes. Like Street Fighter Cross Tekken, I cannot play that game no more on my PC. There's a Tomb Raider game I cannot play anymore. It's just a lot of bullshit that comes with PC that just really happens when you just build one. You got to understand that when you're building these things, they're custom made gaming machines. They're not made by a manufacturer. You build them yourself. So when you build them yourself, things happen. But enough of all of that. I wanted to talk about that so it let you guys know, like with Madden, I play Madden on PC. I'm gonna be streaming that once we're done here. Hopefully you guys can hang around and watch me play that. So Bills, this PC life, man. You interested? You done with?
I'm interested, but
you want to spend that $14.99 on this 3090?
Hell, fucking no.
At least $499 instead of getting a console. $499 for just graphics card alone.
If he wants to start off, I would say get the 3070. But with him being brand new, I'm gonna be honest with you, DJ. I would give him to start off with the 1660 Ti like the one you got. I mean, it's a great card. Still works.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't have to break the bank. I mean, I think the 1660 right now is like under $200. If 150 right now.
Yeah, you'll be straight.
You'll be straight even with that. I mean, you can run some games at 4K. You can run at 1440 at high frame rates. But we'll get into that another day. Scott Smith says he wants to mod Madden, and that's another thing people do here on PC. I mean, it's not really shunned upon with a lot of people, that are developers or whatever, but they do mod these current games, and they do that. So it's another thing you have to think about. Optimus Goob says, "Shit, after everything else is a $2,000 PC." Yeah, especially if you get a 3070. Yeah, and if you really want to go all bells and whistles, even with the 3080. you can spend a lot of money on PCs. You can do what I did and get a 480 in your other rig, end up spending a lot of money. I mean, you can get like all RGB lighting, water cooling, all kind of foolishness you don't need. And I don't know why people do it, but I'm not going to be looking at my PC when I play the game, so I don't need all those bells and whistles.
Yeah, but it is cool. Like I said, I even got it with the lights in the background, so it is cool. It is cool to take a picture and post on Instagram. So don't underestimate the RGB lighting. It's better than what I thought it was going to be. This is coming from a person that wasn't really into it, but once I got it, the keyboard's lit up, the mouse, even the headset is kind of lit right now. I got everything going, so it's just, I don't have the PC going because, like you said, I'm not looking at it. But if I had that going, that'd be pretty cool too.
I'm looking at the RGB on your headset. That looks pretty dope, though. The other side. Oh, yeah, you got it there too. Okay, I see.
Yeah, it's on both sides.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like that. That's pretty neat. But somewhere down the road, man, maybe me and DJ, honestly, we both have PCs. We need to get on some of these games, man. I'm slipping because you be on the PC games a little bit more than I am, and might need to get into some Insurgency one day. I want to stream that. I need to stream that as well.
Microsoft Flight Simulator is multiplayer, so
that's another one.
Fly over a flat Washington football team stadium, or we could fly over Atlanta just to see what craziness is going on there.
Yeah. That'd be cool. I need to take a flight to Statesboro so I can look at Paulson Stadium. That'd be pretty cool. I think I'll end up buying that game. You kind of got me wanting to get it now. Anything else y'all got? Anything else y'all want to add? Anybody got anything in the chat to ask? Because I want to share something before we go. Yay, nay, Bills, what you got?
I don't got anything.
DJ, you got anything?
Well, I got another music recommendation. Shimmy Shimmy Y'all by Old Dirty Bastard. Came on just now, so oh boy. But so tomorrow around 8:00, you can find me on Twitch under EVO325. I will be streaming some more PGA 2K21 career mode. I'm looking to bounce back because last week was horrible. I need to bounce back, but casual gameplay, come on through. Again, you can also find me on Twitter, DJ81, and on YouTube, where I dropped the video the other day. We talked about it earlier, the Metacritic scores on Madden 21. I would say look forward to a video on 2K just to make a comparison and see, where the wind blows as far as that's concerned. So you can find that on YouTube under my real name, Derek Jordan. And I have my website, which I haven't produced a blog. You can go to DJ81 on that. And with that being said, I'm still waiting on my order of beef jerky that I ordered. So I will tell you guys how I feel about that, because I've tried that based on an indirect recommendation from a guy that I think we all did I already forgot his name on Twitter, but the Dallas Cowboy fan that we all did a collab podcast with.
Oh yeah, Expert.
Yeah, with Expert. So I'll let you guys know how that is.
Okay. I will say this. I'll put it in the chat. If you're interested in PC gaming, check out PC Centric YouTube channel. He does a lot of stuff when it comes to like basic stuff with PC builds and what does what in PC game, PC builds or whatever. Don't be intimidated. Look at it as another avenue to play games on. Don't look at it as something like you're high and mighty or somebody's high and mighty and they're looking down on you. It's actually a really good avenue to play games on. As far as me, like I said, give me about maybe 15 minutes. I'm gonna set everything up. I'm gonna be streaming Madden 21. I think somebody in the chat already said go straight to week 1. I'm still debating on who I'm going to start at quarterback. I don't know. Is out of all three, Carr, Mariota. I even picked up Nick Fitzgerald, so I don't know. Ratings to me don't mean nothing. I do like the fact that Nick Fitzgerald is a little more mobile than the other two. So that's interesting. But I'll get into that once we get there. Also, like I said, DJ is going to be streaming. I may put out a video tomorrow. It may be more of a driving video, probably doing more with a Gran Turismo. I'm a big fan of Gran Turismo, and once again, I need to get into this Patreon thing. It's still behind the paywall, or not behind the paywall. It's still behind the private wall. I haven't released it yet. I'm still waiting on if I'm going to do tiers, or I'm just going to just put it out there for you guys to have the option to be a patron. More likely, definitely, it's going to be Thursday or Friday. I'm actually going to introduce it. If I do it on Friday, it's going to be in the realm of a video. If it's Thursday, it's going to be on the podcast. And I want you guys to know, like, this Patreon is basically not just for the upliftment of this channel. It's for these other two guys that are here. These guys come here two times every week to give out, their insight on games. And me personally, I told these guys all the time, I want to pay them. I do. I really do. These guys have done a phenomenal job of keeping me on my toes when I say stupid stuff or do stupid things, or even when I don't want to be here. Sometimes they give me the motivation to be here and give you guys the best content that we can. And they've been dedicated, even though when we have our differences, we have our disagreements, we always come back in full circle and respect each other's opinions, and we do this for you guys. So if anything, we want to give that option. If you want to give, it's there. A portion of that is going to them. Everything else is going to go to the upkeepment of the channel. So it's going to be all love. And like I said, it's completely optional. We're not going to put any crazy thing behind a paywall. Like, okay, episode 172, you got to pay $5. We're not going to do anything like that. It's basically going to be like you guys giving us appreciation to the channel, because we're trying to make this bigger than what most people think this can go. Like I said, I work my butt off to put it on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play. I am going to put out a request to get on Spotify, because I'm mad because Hard 8 Times, not to hate on him, because I like Hard 8, I like him a lot. His first episode of his podcast was on Spotify, and we've been doing this for 170 episodes, and I still can't get on Spotify. I think they're racist. So something isn't right.
Wait, I wouldn't say racist. If another black man was able to get on there, and several black people have been able to get on there.
Racist.
But anyway. You know what? But you know what? That was a hilarious first episode.
Yeah, I know it was. It really was.
They had Yoda called in. You had the Cookie Monster. You had like these trolls just calling in. So I'm definitely going to tune into episode 2.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, it goes without saying, if you haven't checked out his content, Hard 8 Times, go check that out. But I'm still mad that he was able to go on Spotify, his first one episode. And this will be the third time I tried to get on Spotify, and I haven't heard nothing. I will say, I did go back on DJ. I will say this. I did go back into the archives. I did get a response from Spotify the first time. They said they were looking into it. They'll give me an answer, and I heard nothing back. So the second time, I heard nothing back again. So this will be the third time I'm going to try to go back and try to get this podcast on Spotify. A lot of people have been asking for it, and I've been trying to, and I'm going to get that out the way.
Now, in the same breath as talking about AGS with Hard 8, also his former cast members, they're going to have a podcast of their own. I think they're still, I think it's going to be called the Player One podcast, not one, but one as in W. So
okay, that's interesting.
So they're going to have a separate podcast. I don't know what the schedule for that podcast is. They're trying to line some stuff up. So I also want to give them a shout out, because I know, things didn't work out between the two sides, but it's like, it's not fair to really talk about one without talking about the other, because when that podcast was going, you had everybody working and doing good things. So, it's unfortunate that podcast didn't last
longer than it should have.
Right. But,
I agree.
Both sides are going to do good things as far as what their podcasts are concerned.
Yeah, I think so too. I really think so. I mean, everybody has something different that brings to the table and is interesting. And I think that's at the end of the day, a lot of people just want to be interested in the content that they listen or watch. And today we had a record today. I think we had over almost 34 people here watching us.
Oh, wow.
Y'all might think that's small, but that is amazing, because we haven't had that ever. We haven't broke 30 in none of our episodes, so we really appreciate everybody who's here.
Well, even the episode that we went live, I thought we had like 50 people in that episode when we first went live.
We've had 30 a couple times.
We had 30 a couple. Okay.
We had 30 in one of the Madden episodes recently.
Well, yeah, obviously it has to do with Madden. You know, people want to. It's like drama.
Well, this one we had OG.
We
had OG was the main event. So he's one of the reasons why we got up to this one this time. So and also Resolve showed up too. So that's great.
Right.
But all right, we're gonna be gone. We're gonna be out of here Thursday. Like I said, I'm gonna give out more information about the Patreon. Also, if it's not Thursday, it's Friday. Check out the stream Madden 21. I'm gonna be playing that within the next 15 to 20 minutes because I owe y'all that. I was supposed to go live yesterday with some gameplay. I didn't, so definitely gonna be doing that. If you guys willing to stay up and watch me play, that's great. If not, it will be up on the channel. You can watch it at a later time. So other than that, we definitely will be back Thursday. Thank you guys once again. Another great episode. We really appreciate it. And in 2 days, we'll be back. You guys be easy, be blessed. Hey, be safe out there. Definitely be safe.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Peace.
Don't eat no dirty pussy.
Whoa!
Really? Go to bed.